Hello, my name is Mark Smith. Thanks to two of you for coming. A couple of weeks ago, I gave an instructional demonstration on how to give diabetic medication, which Sean, you paid real close attention to and did a very good job of administering my medication to me today, and I want to thank you for that. So today we're going to talk about diabetes, the whole reason why we give the medication, or we take the medication if you are a diabetic such as myself. There's two types of diabetes, and I'm going to start with type 1. Type 1 diabetes, usually referred to as juvenile diabetes. A lot of times I mess that one up and call it gestational, which is something completely different. So juvenile diabetes basically starts when you're a child and your pancreas, which normally produces insulin, either doesn't produce enough, doesn't produce at all, or your immune system attacks the pancreas and makes it stop producing insulin. Those types of patients need to take medications like insulin, for instance. Insulin is a key to sugar, to make the sugar go into the cell so that it's metabolized into energy so that the body can function. So without the insulin, the sugar can't go into the cell and it just floats around, and then you end up with really high sugar levels, and that's when people start having problems and need to take insulin. According to diabeticresearch.org, there's about 30 million Americans that are affected by diabetes currently. Now that's up 50% just in the last decade. And you think that that's a large number, but 422 million in the world are affected by diabetes. So now we'll talk about type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is usually an adult onset, and it usually occurs because of diet, overweight, or usually a pancreas that stops working for some reason. It could be trauma, it could be medical related, who knows. The way to treat that is with using medications like I showed you how to use last week or the week before, called Trulicity. There's another medication called metformin, and I actually take metformin. I take it every morning. It's a pill, and basically what they do is they help stimulate the pancreas to produce that insulin, like we talked about in type 1. It's the same factor. The insulin has got to be the key for that sugar to go into the cell for metabolizing to make energy. So like myself, I have all this sugar floating around inside my bloodstream, but my pancreas doesn't make enough insulin, so therefore I can't make energy. So I have to take these medications to stimulate my pancreas in order to make the energy. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic have basically given a bunch of things that can happen and factors of what diabetes can do to you. And basically, if you don't control your diabetes, you can end up with eye problems such as vision loss. You can end up with kidney problems. It's called renal failure, where your kidneys stop working. You can also end up having a heart attack or a stroke due to the fact that diabetes also causes hypertension, which is high blood pressure. Those two things together can facilitate massive heart disease such as heart attacks and strokes. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed.